Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Music, Minimalism and Mental Health. My name is Martin Cliffe, and today I'm going to talk about decluttering, but not because decluttering is kind of, to me, the most important thing about minimalism. Far from that at all. In fact, I think, I understand why a lot of channels seem to focus on decluttering kind of above all else, but I don't know it's necessarily healthy to do so. I guess, a lot of minimalist channels are targeting a certain market, a lot of whom are, stay-at-home mums or something like that. And they have lots of stuff coming in and out, and decluttering and tidying and stuff it's kind of important kind of way of maintaining some kind of minimalist household in that environment. And I get that. That's not me, that's not us. So my approach is a little different. I think we shouldn't have to declutter more than once we get to a stage. If we're not, the key is to focus on what are we bringing in and what are we being, how intentional are we being about the stuff we have and the stuff we buy and all that. So at the same time, let's be honest, there are some things that are much easier to declutter than others, and they will be different for different people. But like for me, it was easy to declutter books because the books that I'd read and weren't going to read again, they could go. It was easy to declutter clothes because if they didn't quite fit, or maybe they had a hole in, or I just didn't like them anymore, they were of a kind of style from a previous me, they were easy to let go. It's easy to let go of like spare electrical cords and stuff because you can always buy new ones if you need them. It's even relatively easy for me to get rid of guitar pedals, but things that like you've collected and you've put time into curating and all that kind of thing, that can be a little more tricky. And I've talked in the past on this channel that one of the big things for me that has been a thing over the last 10 years has been Lego, and specifically Star Wars Lego. When I was in Hong Kong, that collecting that was kind of my thing, before it became high-end guitars and the pedals and all that. But I kind of carried through, and I wouldn't like to put a figure on how much money I spent on little plastic bricks, but it's flipping cool. Some of the sets you can get are absolutely amazing, but I've come to a point now where, after kind of doing all of the other minimizing that I think I can realistically do at this stage, some things are still ongoing, the music gear is still ongoing, but for the most part, other than needing to downsize my watch collection, because I realize I only wear 2 and I have 9. So this morning, as I'm filming this, I posted on Instagram and Facebook, look, I'm looking to get rid of these 4 watches, hopefully for a fair price. Anyone interested? But beyond that, it's the Lego stuff. And so I've sort of come up with a strategy, because I think strategic decluttering, strategic downsizing is kind of key to approaching something that maybe has a little bit more attachment to you and you've got a little bit more of you into it. So initially it was like, okay, what am I definitely not going to move on? What am I definitely going to keep? And they're the kind of big display pieces that are awesome. So the Mos Eisley Cantina and the Ewok Village and the Death Star, those I want to keep because they're really cool sets and they're impressive to look at. Put a lot of time and effort into building them. So they're things that they're not on the list. Then I looked at it the other way and it's like, okay, what are the easiest things to get rid of? And for me, that started out with duplicate sets. So any set that I have more than one of, what I'm going to start doing, and I'm starting it this week, is I'm going to start bagging those back up, basically deconstructing them. The deconstructing one, basically, if I've got one instruction manual, like this, I have 2 of this set, and I have 1 instruction manual. So one of these sets will be bagged up and hopefully sold. I have people who would be interested in sets like that. And if necessary, it'll go on eBay or whatever it is. So there are quite a number of sets where that is the case. And then I think the second stage then will be, again, using the instruction manuals as a guide, any other sets that I'm just not bothered about. I don't necessarily have duplicates of them, but I'm just not bothered about anymore. Whether that's most likely to be like sequel trilogy stuff, because that didn't connect with me as much. Although some of the sets, like the TIE Fighters, are pretty cool, so I may well keep them. But like the first Kylo Ren's command shuttle, the one that was in the wrong colour, that's an easy get rid of. That's an easy choice. So I'll be going through, and again, so if I've got an instruction manual for it, I can bag it up in the correct pieces. That's all good. That can go. So they're going to be the first two stages, and then after that I will rationally kind of look at what's left of my collection, and hopefully I'm reckoning that will take it down to about 50% of what I currently have, and then I'll maybe think, okay, is there anything else that it would seem appropriate to move on. Maybe I know I've also got some like fairly high value minifigs that could easily be moved on, that I bought on like Breaklink or whatever like that. So again, if I can get down to 50% of that, make a bit of decent money out of items that are rare and of high value, I feel that will be worthwhile. And then if it comes to it where I have a load of stuff that maybe isn't of high value but has no kind of value to me either, then I can donate that. There are orphanages around the place that would love it. I'm sure there are charities that will take it. So that is kind of rationalizing stuff down to the stuff I want. Now I don't know whether you've ever taken this kind of approach to anything. Maybe for you it is books. Maybe for you it's jewelry or clothing or whatever it is. You've curated a collection. But maybe, put things in order and say, okay, first I'm going to look at this. The clothes that don't fit. The books that I hated and I've kind of just kept because I've got a book collection. Take steps to kind of put a process in order that will help you to rationally and strategically downsize without kind of feeling the pinch of, oh no, I don't want to get rid of this because it's got attachment. There will be things in any collection that you're less attached to than others, and for me, I think this strategy is going to work. So let me know if you've done anything similar. Let me know any of your thoughts. I'd love to hear it. I'd love to build up a community here. Subscriber numbers are kind of wavering but going up a little bit, so that's all good. But until next time, take care. I've been Martin, and I'll see you soon.